Hello, I'm Lady Catherine Ray, but you can call me Kate, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I don't really expect anyone to watch this, but it's fun to do, so whatever. I was scrolling through Pinterest a while ago, and I came across this really pretty summer dress. So today I'm hoping to make the Eloise dress from Dressmaking Amore? So here is the pattern that I printed off using the instructions. There are 23 pages to it, and so you're just like supposed to, anyway, they have instructions about how to do that if you're doing this as well. And then also, the picture that I saw was in this really pretty light blue color, and I found this really pretty light blue fabric, so yeah. I forgot to mention the hopefully not problem, that when we bought this fabric, we were traveling, and so I didn't actually have the the amount of fabric we needed. I think there was like some sort of thing, but I'm not sure if it was like exactly right or something. There was something. Anyways, so hopefully we have like a good amount of fabric. My aunt, who's like, you know, really good at sewing, she like estimated it. So hopefully we'll be good. I feel like the best way to do this is going to be to like spread it out all over the floor. Now I'm looking at the instructions and it says to cut off margins. So I guess I shall be cutting off margins. Okay, well, the first thing is it says to cut off margins on paper according to the frame surrounding the pattern. So it's probably, I don't know if you can see it, there's like a light gray line that goes down here. So I'm thinking that's what it is. Okay, I'm noticing something. In the PDF instructions here, it says go to the video for more instructions on cutting out, and I went to the video, and it actually gives you no instructions for cutting out the cutting out the pattern. Mine's really crumpled because I took it to like, you know, another continent and back, I'm afraid. But also another thing is that in the pictures here with like the red scissors, it only shows cutting off on the left hand side of each one. And then when you look at it again, I haven't cut off this one yet, but when you look at it again in the next picture, it has it like the left hand one overlapping. So that's why that's there, to make it easier. I don't know if anyone needs that. Wait, I think I get it. I think this A is the first row, and then B is the second row, and then C is the third row. I think that seems to make sense. So I'm gonna move this to where there's more room. Okay, so it's all cut up. I stopped cutting off like the very top of it because there was no actual line to cut on, and I felt uncomfortable like just eyeballing it, which I was doing for, whoops, the A ones over there, but like I didn't want to mess up. So yeah, so I'm just gonna build from the bottom up. And then I'm pretty sure I'm constructing it correctly, but I guess we'll see. I think I need to cut off the top bits. Now I will go back and assemble it top to bottom, which may be slightly harder with this, but whatever. Things I have learned thus far. 1, do it on hard surface. I kind of knew that when I started on the carpet, but really it makes all the difference, even if your table isn't big enough for the whole thing. Now, something else is that sometimes the circles line up, but the lines don't. Like, where was it? It was here, I think. If I move this. If you look, the circle is circle, but that's not lined up. And okay, actually that part's more lined up now, but that's not lined up. And now here, move this back. I'm going to put this one in. Let me put it so you can like see it. Okay. Put this in. And I'm just gonna move that. Okay, and I line up the circles like that. That looks like a circle, right? Like that's a pretty perfect circle. But look how waistline is completely messed up. I think this piece just doesn't line up. Like maybe the printer messed up, but it doesn't make sense because the rest of them are fine. Because here I have like the next piece on, right? And so that's the circle, it's all lined up. And then look, these lines here work on this side, but here they still don't. I printed these ones in a different batch than these ones. I should probably try and reprint those ones, shouldn't I? Okay, so I went to print it again, and what I noticed is this is at 99%. So I think maybe I accidentally printed it at 99, but I don't think I did. Like, I'm pretty sure I printed it at 100%. This is the old one, this is the new one. Both squares, they're both 10 centimeters. Anyways, they're both 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. So I have no idea what happened. I think if I reprint the old ones, hopefully it will be better. Okay, so I finally finished taping it, and I just want to say that actually it was mainly me who messed up and not the pattern. Because it turns out when I printed down the 2 separate occasions, one of the times I printed it in size 4, and the other time I printed it in size 2. So that was like completely on me. So that was like definitely operator. And then there was also a little bit of mechanical error because on the top where you had to like cut off a little bit at the top, my printer was running low on ink, as you can see. And so it just like didn't do that line because it was just like faint. So most of it was not the pattern itself, and it was just, you know, other stuff. There are like a few instances where it doesn't quite match up properly, but I mean that you can just sort out, and it wasn't nearly as bad as when I was using it with 2 different sizes. So yeah, I mean, still, I think they should just like charge a slightly higher price or have like 2 options where you can have the actual like pattern shipped to you instead of doing this, because I hate this now. But yeah, it was not the pattern, it was me. So now I'm going to cut out all of the shapes. Okay, so all of the pieces are cut out. Now, something I do want to say is I got fabric enough for like the skirt to be longer. So right now I've cut it so that it's the knee length one here. But then I'm thinking like shin length. Well, I'll lay them out and see how much fabric I have and like how long I'm able to make it. But I think I would like to make it longer. But I mean, the shorter one's nice too. But I think if I could make it longer, I may try and make it longer. Because I think that could be nice. So, yeah. So I'll lay it all out and then I'll just see. Okay, so this is how everything's supposed to be laid out. Except like that piece down there is supposed to be down there. So yes. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, if I want to make the skirts longer, I think I'll like put them down there and then move these up there. So it's like, so that there's like room for them to go down. I'll show you 1 second. Okay, so just figuring out the length here. So these are currently like 59.5, 60 centimeters long. The back one is slightly longer, so that one is like 63-ish centimeters. Oh, actually 64. And that reaches just basically to my knees. So I think what I'll do is I'll measure on me, like how long I want it to go, and then I'll just like see. Okay, well now I don't know how long I want it. See, like knee length is kind of nice. But then like it would also be nice to have like a full dress. But then is that kind of weird? Like to have it like full length. Wait, I'm going to grab one of my dresses and see how long that is. And then I'm just going to go off that because I have no idea how long I actually want it. Okay, so the dress that I pulled out, which I really like, is like 85 centimeters long. So that's like that, which you can't see. Like that, which is like 25 centimeters longer. So yeah, I could do that, but I'm not sure if it's now too long. I'm just really indecisive, I think, is what this is. See, I saw this dress in like a store, and this is like what inspired this dress because it was very similar to this, but it was like full length. Okay, so I'm gonna add the 25 centimeters. So I think I've laid this out, and I've made sure that like 25 centimeters fit all the way around. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mark a whole bunch of dots where like each point is following the curve, and then I'll connect the dots so that we have that length. And I'll, do these ones first because I feel like that's a better idea. Okay, so I think I've cut out all of the pieces other than the skirt and done hopefully all of the markings. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure I did all the markings. So yeah, now I can move on to the two skirt pieces. I think I forgot to mention earlier that this is folded in half, so you can see there. And for the skirt pieces, I think, so that I waste less fabric, I can fold it like tighter this way. But I'll try and arrange it and then I'll try and explain it. Okay, so this is what I've done. So I have it like laid out here, and I haven't done the second one yet. I realized probably like should have tried to save, like it may have saved. Bleh. I realized I probably like could have saved more fabric if I'd done it in their layout way and just like moved things around. But here we are. So I thinned, I guess, this part here, so there's more of that there. So as an attempt to save fabric. And then I did exactly what I said I would before, is I just used a ruler and then I marked with chalk just like a bunch of dots, and then I just like drew a line in between. And then I've stuck in a bajillion pins in hopes that that will make it easier so it doesn't all move. So I think now I just have to cut. So wish me luck, and I'll probably do a similar thing for the next one. Okay, so all of the pieces are cut out, so I'm looking at the instructions here, and I'm supposed to here. So I've already transferred all of the darts on. So now I'm supposed to pin them, and then I will sew them. So I realized that pinning was very, very annoying. I think looking back on this, I was supposed to transfer the darts to the other side, the wrong side of the fabric, but I didn't do that. So what I'm doing is basically like a basting stitch, I guess, across the darts, and then when I pull the string tight, it brings the two sides together. The thinking in this was that it would be easier than pinning it, but I don't know. Okay, so I sewed it, and then I pressed it, and I took out the basting stitch stuff. So next, what does this say to do? It says the darts, blah, blah, wait, what is this? Yes, darts, okay, front neckline. Sorry about people in the background. Okay. On the front detail, fold 5 centimeters, 1/4 inch, to the wrong side and press. Then fold 1 centimeter, pin and press. Oh, this is on the same piece. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh dear. So, top stitch the front neckline. Okie dokie. We're just gonna fold it and then fold it. Brilliant. So now I'm supposed to move on to the back. So pin the back side detail number 2 with tie, detail number 3. Right sides together and sew. Either use French seam, flat seam, or serger seam. I don't know what any of those things are, so I'm just gonna sew it in a straight line and hope that's correct. Okay, so I just stitched up the seams, and it's to enclose the raw edges, which makes sense. So I should either figure out how to do those things, or, okay, what I was gonna say is that, like, they're not meant to be, like, 2 pieces together, and then to, like, enclose it so that it's, like, so that you'll have, like, the wrong side showing, because it's just, like, one piece just like this. So I could do, like, 2, so have it, like, double-sided, and then tuck the, like, whatchamacallit? Wait, I don't even know if this is gonna work. I should probably look at the pieces, or just figure out how to do those things. Okay, so I searched up how to do a French seam. This video is very useful, in case you're wondering. So I think I'm going to attempt to do that because it actually doesn't seem too difficult. So I did French seams here, which basically you sew it wrong sides together, and then you fold it over, and then you stitch it again to, like, encase the raw edges inside. But that video that I showed was really helpful, just like it's a visual thing. So that's done there. And then the next step is to just, here we go, is to just do, like, to make this all stay stitch the top and bottom edge of the ties. So that's pretty simple. Where is my mouse? There we go. And then, I don't know what a baby hem is. Anyways, I'll figure out all of this, I think, tomorrow morning. Okay, so it says to basically just hem this out. I just stabbed myself. Hem this part here with, what did they call it? Baby hem. So you, like, fold it over and then just, like, straight stitch it, or stay stitch, or whatever you call it. And then you, like, cut it, and then you do, like, a tiny, tiny little stitch, like, along the very edge to do a baby stitch, I think. But I've also been looking at this video here, and that helped me. So, yeah. So I think I shall do that. Okay, so I've gone around the whole thing. My machine is being kind of stupid, but oh well. So now I'm gonna trim it as close to the, like, stitches as I can. Okay, so I tried to cut off the edges here, and so now basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it over like this and then press it, and then just sew another. Okay, so I think I finished doing the baby hem or whatever, so that's what it looks like. I'm not sure how great that is, but there we go. Oops. So now step 13. Place the bodice front and bodice back, right sides together, and pin the side seams. Sew and finish the edges. Okay, so like this, and then, oh wait, which way does this lie though? This, yes, yes. So it matches. Why is this? Oh, okay, it's supposed to be smaller. Okay, so I've attached it, and then I did like a zigzag stitch on the edge, just so that it doesn't fray, hopefully. So I did that, and then I just pressed it flat, as well as just pressing the baby hem stuff here. I'm thinking I'm gonna try this on. There we go. I'm gonna try to tie a bow in the back. Voila. Okay, so now I move on to the sleeves, I think. This bit, yes. Okay, so fold the sleeve right sides together and pin side seam. Make sure you have 2 symmetrical sleeves. Okay. Sew and press the side seams of the sleeves. Okay, we'll just do that for now. So I'll fold them in half, and then I guess, how do I make sure I have two symmetrical sleeves? They're folded in half. I just cut off the like extending part so that they would be more symmetrical. Okay, so I've sewn and pressed the sleeves. Oh, where did I put the other sleeve? Here. Okay. But now it says, this part looks a lot more complicated. It says, pin the sleeves to the armhole, matching the side seam and marks at the bodice. Back and back side of the sleeve, sew and serge the armhole and sleeve edge. So wait, I'll grab this here. So the sleeves go in the armholes, which are here. And then I need a sleeve. Oh, does it matter which sleeve I put where? That is a question I do not know the answer to, but I think it's probably fine. Otherwise they'd say, I don't know. Okay, so this, I'm looking at their picture, and so it's like folded. Okay, wait, so the markings on the sleeves here. Oh, but their markings in the picture on the other side. I don't know. One thing I just want to say, as much as I don't like cutting out triangle notches, it's much easier than having chalk stuff that will just rub off. Like, I'm pretty sure I just marked this here, but those are actually meant for the darts. Same with whatever I did over here, which I don't think I actually did because I finally realized it was for the darts. There are no markings on this. It shows markings, but there aren't actually any markings on the pattern piece, which makes it really annoying. I do not like this. I am so confused because my markings are on this side when they're not supposed to be on this side. I'm just like, this shouldn't be this complicated, should it? Definitely how you're supposed to do this, in case you were wondering. Oops. 100% the right method here. That's close enough. There's one marking. There's the other marking. Brilliant! Now I'm going to do it on the other side because I don't know which one I'm supposed to be using. Now, if I take this piece, here we go, and we put it right sides together. So it's like this, and then I put it here, and then I get mad again because there are no markings on this piece when they show markings on that piece. I think I'm going to search up the video from the channel, which has not been helpful at all so far. But I'm going to do that, and then I'll figure out what on earth I'm supposed to do. So in the first part of the video, when they, first talk about doing this, they show it so it's like this instead. So it's like, this is the right side of the bodice part, and then you pin, like, the right side, matching the seams, and then so it's like this. And then the person says to look for the two notches, or, like, the two, like, markings or whatever, but I don't have those, obviously, so I just kind of picked one and went with it. So hers looks like this, so I think I'll do that to the other sleeve. But then in the video, I'm pretty sure it shows doing it differently on the other sleeve. If you watch, that's what she did first. But then that one's different. Or is that just, oh wait, hold on. Instead of having it pinned, so it's like, see, like this. They were pinning it like this. It's just my brain couldn't handle that. Okay, I think I understand now. And it seems easier pinning it this way. Whoa, pins go everywhere. So I will do that, and then I will get back to you before sewing it because I feel like I should. And yeah. Okay, I realized you can like see kind of how the sleeve's gonna go now, which is kind of cool because you can like see that puff almost. I mean, not really, but like you see, like you stick. I mean, obviously you stick your arm in there and magic. Okay, so if we go here, what does it say? It says pin the sleeves onto the armhole, matching the side seam and marks at the bodice, back and back side of the sleeves. Sew and serge the armhole and sleeve edge. Okay, cool. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna sew, like, connecting the armhole and the bodice piece, and then after I'll like fold it over the whole thing and then do that for the elastic thing above. Okay, so I've attached the sleeves and then done like a zigzag around them to serge, because that's what that is. But now I'm looking and it says to sew all the, like to serge all the way around. So I'll do that. And then I create the elastic casing. Okay, so I zigzagged around the edges and then I pinned this down. So it's about, I didn't exactly measure it, 1.5 centimeters. And then you want to make sure that that's wide enough that your elastic will fit inside. And so then you press it and then you sew it down. And when you're sewing, you want to make sure you're sewing on the very outside, because you have to make sure that the elastic can be in the center, and also not to, like, to make sure you have openings at the ends. So I did the elastic casings with some difficulty, but oh well. So I have the elastic here, and so I'm going to put a safety pin on one end. That. And then that should help me when threading it through. Okay, so I've inserted the elastic, but it doesn't actually say like how long or give like an estimate for how long to make the elastic. So I think I'm just gonna like bunch it up to like a certain level, and then I have a second safety pin here. I've safety pinned the first one to that side, so I'm gonna safety pin this one to this side. And then I'll try it on and then like see. And then I may take it out, measure it, and like, yeah, take it out and measure it so that I have the same length in the other one. Okay, so I have this sleeve done like this, and so it's like tight enough that it'll like stay up and it's not like pulling too hard or anything. And I also tied loosely the back just so that I can get it like very loose. Sorry, I ran out of storage and then transferring files took the longest time. But what I did is I took out the elastic that was in before, and then I marked it, and then I made the same length of elastic, and then I put them both back in. And so now they're just like safety pinned in like that. So now what I'll do is I will bring it down so it's like a good length, and then I will just reinforce it here. So I'm just going to sew like a line like back and forth a couple times over the elastic, and that should hold it in place. And then I think we're doing the elastic on the end of the sleeve. Okay, whoops. Oh, now I'm covered in threads. Okay, I'm done doing the elastic now, finally. I hate sewing elastic because it always like bounces back. Anyways, so that's done. So I'm very happy about that. Now, the next step is more elastic. I think it's the same thing. You have to serge, or whatever they call it, the edges, and then fold it over, and then put in more elastic. You leave a 1 to 2 centimeter part unsewn so that you have actually room to put in the elastic. So I'm not sure if this is in the instructions or not. I don't really completely understand. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the two ends of the elastic together, like I'm going to sew it back and forth, and then I'll sew it closed, so that way I don't have like a gap where it's just like no elastic. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'll go back to you. Okay, so I think the 24 centimeters is good. Sorry about that. So I'll do 24 centimeters on both sides. Okay, the top is complete. Okay, so now actually what I was going to say is in the pattern it says tip. If you're making this pattern for like just the top, I should do that. Like not for now, I'm going to make the dress, but like in the future, because I do have a little bit of extra fabric, or just like different fabric, because it's so pretty just as like a top. Like it's really nice. Anyways, So now I have to do the skirt. So here we are. It says, pin the front skirt to the bodice front at the waistline, matching up the center marks. Sew and finish the edge. It's a dress. Well, not quite, but yeah. The next step is weird. Sew the center seam of the back skirt and press the center back seam. Oh, am I just connecting them? Okay, so the two pieces just went together and I pressed it flat. So now I'm folding over 5 millimeters, half a centimeter over, and then I'll fold 2.5 centimeters over, and then that will make the elastic casing, because then I will thread through our wider elastic. Okay, so this is all pinned, and I realized partway through that I actually don't need to sew down the 5 millimeters. Duh. I just pressed it. That's all you need to do. So, oh dear, what's happening here? Oh, the pin's making marks in it. Ooh, that's not so fun. Oh well, that's hopefully not gonna, I mean, that's not gonna be seen, but hopefully that'll be okay. Anyways, so I'm just gonna sew this down, just do the casing like before. Now for the next part, all the instructions it gives is to insert the elastic into the casing, but I don't exactly know how far it needs to reach or anything. So I think I'm gonna try on the dress as and then I'll see how far the front reaches, and then I'll try and do it from there just to see how far the back needs to reach, if that makes any sense. So here's the dress, and so it reaches to like basically just the side there. So I'll take my measuring tape and I'll go from here to here is like 33 centimeters. But then I want to account for seam allowance, so I'll make it like 30, wait, was that 33? Like 32. But I'll make it 35 just to be safe. So the elastic is all sewn in. Sorry for like the weird coloring. It's later now and I don't know, the lighting is just really strange. So yeah. Yes. Now for the next part, I get to attach it all. So if I take my dress, I think I'll put it, yes, right side out so that I can attach it. And I'll just pin it to the skirt. I'm not sure if this line will look weird. I tried to like make it kind of similar, but I don't know. Anyways, so I think I'll cut it. I don't know why it's uneven. So I've sewn the sides. Move all this stuff out of the way. Okay, so I've sewn the sides, so it's basically, oops, done. I just have to finish it now. So I have to turn this back and I have to do zigzag here and then press it. And then I was also thinking I could add pockets to this one, but then I'm not sure if it would, like, if I put stuff in the pockets, if it would weigh it down too much. I think I won't for now, and then I'll just see. So I'm going to do zigzag here, and then I will iron it, and then I will pin the bottom for hemming, and then I will, like, run around in this dress. Also, it is currently like 6:47 a.m. because I just want to sew. So, yeah. I have done all of the thing while I was here. Of course, because Murphy's Law, my needle broke and then my machine literally broke. Like the needle wouldn't like move. So I had to like take it all apart. And it was like really concerning because it was like making not so good sounds. But it's fine now. So that's good. For some reason in the pattern, or maybe I just like skipped a step. I should have already done the serging here because that was really complicated to do it like so that it didn't like go through and have like stuff show on the other side. So do that. Oh, see now it's coming undone. Anyways, just ignore that. So do that before, just like so you know. So now I'm going to do I think a baby hem. So I'm just gonna fold this over a little bit. I'm gonna sew right on the edge, cut it nice and short, and then I'll fold it again, a little like that, and that's basically it. Then I can, you know, put it on and just dance around in it. So, yeah. It's complete. Yeah, I really like this dress. I think like the top is just so like yeah. I just want to like yeah, it's really nice. In the pattern it did say that you can make it as like just a top, and that's like a really good idea. I kind of want to do that now with like extra fabric or like with the different fabric or something, because it's nice just as a top, and like you can like change up the sleeves too if you want it. I think that's really cool. I think the other lengths would also be really neat. I like the length I have mine at, but I think like also like a shorter version would be really nice too. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I'm a size 2 and then size 6, but this is size 4, so it's like kind of in the middle, and it actually fits me really well. So just like if you're wondering about sizing. And there was one other thing I was going to say. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It came together really quickly, and like it seems like it would be an incredibly difficult thing to make, but it actually wasn't, and it was like not bad at all. It was like 2 days I think that it took, so really like it's not bad at all. And so yeah, I mean this is the first dress I've like made by myself completely, so yeah, it's I really like it, and I love the back. And I saw, oh yeah, also the back is like loose here on me. If you want it like tighter, like don't do like, because it'll be weighed down. The elastic will like stretch a little bit with the fabric. So just like if you're wondering how big to do that one, I think, but I kind of like mine like this. But anyways, it's like I saw one in the store and I was like, oh my god, goodness, that's like incredibly expensive. And so I made this, and it's really fun. And I really like it. So yeah, this has been fun, and perhaps I will go outside and just like dance between, well I was going to say the raindrops, but it's not raining, so I'll just dance.